Hey everybody, it's Mr. Bold here. So today we're going to get a little bit salty and a little bit sweet. Now, remember by the end of this unit, I want you to be able to identify materials, tell what the different materials are based on their properties. Now, maybe what that means is not already clear, but we're going to figure that out before it's all said and done. Now, the things you're going to need to do this is some salt and some sugar, and you by all means don't need nearly this much. Um, just ask your mom and dad to help you. You really only need about a spoonful of it. So I've got 2 spoons. I've got 2 clear containers. You can use glass or plastic. Either one is fine. Um, I've got a magnifying lens, but you don't have to have one of those. If you don't have a magnifying glass at home, that's okay. Use your cell phone and take a picture of it. And if it doesn't come out right the first time, try it a few different ways because it took me a few different tries before I was able to take a picture and I was able to use it to magnify the salt and sugar really well so you could tell their shape. So try it a few different times. Don't give up after the first time. Now, what I want you to do is use your senses to tell a little something about salt and sugar. Now, one of the things you want to check is smell, but you don't want to just stick it up to your nose and smell it or blow it all over the house. You want to waft that smell to you. Use your hand to blow the air over it by your nose, and you can get an idea whether or not it has any scent to it. Okay? And you do the same with sugar. Then I want you to take your little spoonful and I want you to put it in the clear cup. And I want you to see, what does it sound like when you shake it around in there? What does it look like? How does it act when you shake it around? Okay, you might notice that there's a difference, you might not. And the same goes with the sugar. Now, make sure you're writing down what you observe. I gave you a Google Doc with a box and T chart where you can write the similarities between sugar and salt, how they're the same in the box, and how they are different on the chart below that there. So write how they're the same in the box and how they're different on the lines below that. And you'll see that one side is salt, one side is sugar. And you can just type it in there, or if you're more comfortable, you can print it off and write it by hand. Then what I want you to do, the last thing I want you to do is um, take a look at it. So get that spoonful of it there, and get a close look at it. And again, while you're doing that, if you have the magnifying glass, that's great. A magnifying lens is really helpful. But if you don't have that, then by all means, set it down to where it'll be still. And again, if you have less, it'll be easier to spread it out and get views of the individual crystals of salt and sugar. So use that phone and take a couple of snaps of it there. You don't have to send me pictures of it, but take those and use those for your observations. Write down everything you see, smell, hear, no tasting in science, and let me see that. That's what I want to see is your observations for this activity. And then we'll talk about it when I get to see you next week.